Welcome back, welcome aboard, all aboard. It's How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. I'm Kelly Jack, the gaming persona for the Rex channel, and this is the fun thing we do on Saturdays called in this case, Simutrans Devil's Towers Max Chaos game. The 1969 Max Chaos. So we're starting from that same 1969 as the Fix-It. And instead of trying to clean up the map, we're trying to make it more chaotic. The more lines, the more roads, the more chaos we add, the better. And with the scrap yards feeding into the incinerators, it's time to start thinking about where we're heading. Now, two of those go to the same new incinerator out there in the middle of nowhere, which we're going to come up with a name for in this episode. And we're going to name these two scrap yards, as well as make some connections. So we'll be laying 3 more strands of chaos. Hope you're enjoying the system, sessions. Yes, I am still loopy from the cold meds, and I will be taking them for at least another day. Though, as you can tell by the fact that the rattle seems to be mostly gone from my voice, the meds are doing their thing, finally. Hopefully this isn't pneumonia, though. Alright, let's take a see what we got. First things first, we're going to start up here. This one up here, we're going to call this, because it's right by Old Scratch, Old Scratch Scrapper. So Old Scratch Scrappers. And then these guys are going to become, yeah, you know, Ashwood's Refuse. Or Ashstead Refuse. Ashstead. So that'll reflect that, hey, in that town, that's where the townsfolk take theirs to. Okay, and we know that that's going there. So first things first, let's get these guys going. We're going to take and build a quick line here. And because of the chaos, we'll just cut him right across the street. Bring him this way. He's not going to create as much chaos initially as he will long term. Launch the bridge so we clear this. And do the long run across the desert as we seek this spot. Ooh. Oh, okay, we can't work on that side. How about this side? Yeah, that side we can do a straight line on. Perfect. But you know what? We both already know, we all already know that we're not going to take and do this the way you think it's going to go. Why? Because we want to line up to this one. Why? Because that won't give us the chaos. And this guy, he needs to take and do a launch over here or a dive under. So we'll spread him out. And how do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? I think I'm going to do a dive under. And no, if you hear coughing in the background when I'm still talking, I'm not the only one in the house, and I am not the only one who got this stuff. It's not fun stuff. Like I say in description last time, I would not wish this upon my worst enemy. I think I'm just going to dig a trench so that everybody's got to go mess with me here. That sounds like an idea. You know, another idea is down the road, if we get another industry, I am seriously considering seeing if we can kick in a, all right, do our tunnel under that one. Do the rail line through to make certain he's through. All right, now we need to take the tunnel out on the far side here. Lift him out. Probably because of all these tunnels I'm digging nowadays, gonna stop making as much money as we should, but this is a game about chaos, not about money. Be nice to still make money. He's gonna come out like this, lock him in. Whoops, we didn't connect, but that's okay, he was close. If I can get it in between these guys right there, perfect. On up, and one little jog. Fix that. Now we got to figure out how to take and tie these guys into something. Well, I need a dispatch line. Full scratch dispatch is right over there, but full scratch is bus only. Where's that? Oh, hey, let these things run while we're doing this. Our nearest train dispatch is, of course, still all the way back over here at Gordian Yard. I guess we could consider a new dispatch yard for this section. I think that's what we're going to do, is just do a dispatch yard. And we'll do a dispatch line in between the two. Out away from town a ways. There we go. Thank you. There we go. Below that, do our freight depots, 5 deep. Go out to the desert location, or the non-desert location. I had a name in mind and now I can't think of it. Hmm. It's a good word for garbage, junk, trash, crud. There we go, the kernel crud generator. And okay. And then somewhere right along here, we'll pop in that new dispatch yard. Sticking with what we've Got it, tried and true. Make 2 copies just because we know we're going to have a second train right off the bat. Don't need multiple trains on these, I don't think. Besides, that goes against the rules of general chaos, or max chaos. All right, we're going to call this one. This is the Ash Hole Scratchers. So this is a crud scratch. And then do one from Ashstead to is this one. Oh, I may have just made this miserable. I think I screwed it up. We'll find out in a second. I had a word in my head half a second ago. I swear. I really swear. Um, there we go. Combobulator will work for recovery mode. I do not recommend this cold. -5.5 stars. You. I need to see something. Thank you. Where did I have you going? Yeah, I got you going to the wrong one. You need to go to that one. There we go. So that we got the flyovers and all that stuff started. All right. Those guys will start running shortly. Now we got to figure out how to get this guy over to Junkers, which is a short run, and it's just going to require a bridge over, really. But it's a nice short run, so let's take and do this. To there, grab the old concrete bridge, because they're still just a little bit cheaper than what we've been using. Kick him over to here and on into they'd been doing 6 at this station because we figured down the road it would be for an upgrade, but I ain't too worried about that. But we were going to cheat for dispatch here and do this because that will make maximum chaos when we try to expand Ashstead into this zone right here between it. This is going to be fun. All right, so we've got him going. Now we just need to get him a train. Again, same thing. The 60-click train. He's not going to get up to speed anyway in that short distance, unlike the other guys. Whoops. We're not hauling steel, dummy. His schedule is from here to yes, I could have done this with trucks. But that would not create the chaos we were creating. Actually, I could have created worse chaos. You're right. So this is the Rev Junker. All right, 15 minutes. What else can we goof up? Well, we're going to need to take and make arrangements for expanding our community, aren't we? Yeah. So let's go ahead and help our town grow by throwing those bridges over the station so that it looks crazier. Also, make tying into this for future expansions, if there is one, tougher. And then something like that, and then over to here, and over here, we're going to tunnel under. Just because we can. Nothing against a good road tunnel. Now I can't bridge over that, but if I'm looking right, there's a spot right here that we can take a bridge off of. There it goes. To there. Grab a bridge. Bridge over. Gave it too much, but I'm done, so we don't fix it. There we go. And something like that so that they can grow into that area there too. All right. Hopefully this will encourage our town to grow. I ain't gonna guarantee it, but you never can tell. It has in the past. Not always. And not always the way we threw it. Sometimes it was like, hey, we don't like your design, Dave. Callie Jack, you're crazy. And yes, sorry I slipped up and called myself by my real name. All right, close things out. Looking around, we're at the 18-minute mark. We've created some chaos. We've built to take and try to get a town to start growing to make more headaches. Check our list of industries to be served by us yet. Very well. Okay. Go back to those served by us, and I'm looking for any that I hadn't named. And there's that incineration plant out there on the edge of the world, but I don't want to call it World's Edge because we already used that. How about Boondocks Burning? Boondocks Burner Power. Alright, now we can go out to that and fix it so that he is... Indeed, let's make certain that it is the right one. Yes. Okay, we're set. That guy's still running a 3 train. You gotta be kidding. Nah, you're going to depot. You're going to the depot, buddy. Find that nearest depot. We need to get you a better train. You can get at least 2 more cars behind you. He's 2 more cars behind you. Come on. Alright. He's trying to figure out where his nearest depot is. Oh, he was waiting for clearance. Okay. You're in the same boat. We're going to fix both of you guys. To begin with, we need to expand your yards. Origin yards by at least 2. And then look at your delivery points. Ooh, tough. Tough. We can't expand him. Okay, so he's got to be stuck within the 3. They had to have gone to there. Alright, he's on the good one. They're only 2 tile trains. Oh. They're all by themselves, so I don't really care. Just put the extra 2 cars on them. There we go. And that gets us to our requisite time. Hey, I hope the chaos will catch up with us at some point. We can start looking at some of this chaos. But as we can see, we've got some bizarre lines, some bizarre things. And I think my next one is we're going to choose a couple of lines and just do ride-alongs so you can begin getting a view of what I'm putting my engineers through. And why it's a miracle they don't do the same things that they do in other games where they crash into each other out of sheer terror. I'm Kelly Jack. Thanks for watching and have a better day than I'm having.